May 12th, 2008. This is Diehard Gamer Radio, episode 47.
You are approaching the target of attack. Your mission starts now. Are you ready? The countdown begins. 3, 2, 1, go!
You are listening to Diehard Gamer Radio, the source for off-mainstream video game news and topics. And now, your hosts, Murdock, Brian, John, and Steve.
Just a couple more shots.
Could be your eyeball.
Hold still.
Well, I always wonder if it's like
there's some crazy glue here.
I wonder if it's like the little scar from when I was a kid and caught my eyelid on a chain link fence.
Ow.
Yeah.
That'll learn you.
Yeah, it kind of learned me to remember where the hell I am when I'm playing football.
Any other war injuries you want to share with us?
I fell off a stage backwards once. Landed on my tailbone.
Ouch.
Yeah, like a real stage. Not like, a little kiddie stage, but like a, orchestra pit type stage.
Now, were you in, like, traction or anything? Or?
No, there was nobody else in the entire auditorium, so I just kind of got up and said, well, that would have been really embarrassing, and went back to what I was doing.
Oh. And
then I couldn't sit down for a week.
Any war injuries for you, Mike?
Well, I was on the job once, and I was pulling on some tie wire, and my pliers slipped and busted me right in the mouth. And I'm glad, like Steve said, I was glad no one saw me, because it looked like I'd been in a fight. My lips all swelled up, and I was bleeding out in the mouth, and I was like, well, I'm glad no one saw that.
So, welcome back to Die Hard Gamer Radio. I am Murdock. John and Brian are not here today. John is,
that's ends Brian's streak.
No, Brian's streak ended a long time ago, like 5 shows ago.
What? Really?
When he was counting bread again.
I didn't know he missed 5. Maybe I missed one too.
You missed a couple.
Did I miss the same week that he did?
Probably.
Because I don't remember him being gone. Because he had an unbroken streak of like 35 shows.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
No one can beat my streak.
Realize this is show 47. We've done 47 of these.
I wasn't paying attention.
Wait until the 50th episode. It'll be like a gala affair. It'll be like the Oscars.
No, it'll be like a game show on Telemundo.
Hey, that would be cool if we could.
Yeah, be like blondes and low cut dresses and lots of food and dancing girls.
Do the entire podcast in Spanish.
No, we should do the entire podcast at that Mexican restaurant by
Rogers.
I don't think that would work out because after my first fish bowl of tequila, I'd be like...
Plus, audio equipment doesn't work real well when it's soaking in tequila.
Well, that Mexican restaurant, see, the first time when me and Mike went over there, not this Mike, but Kennedy Mike, when we went over there, the first time we both drank 2 of those tequila, or those margaritas, and we were pretty gone, but, not bad. But they've been steadily upping the amount of tequila that they've been giving us as we've been going in there consistently every Saturday afternoon.
Yeah, like last time.
It was just absolutely... Well, those mango ones, too, they just taste like candy when you're drinking them. So you're like, they're one half of it, and now I can't walk.
Yeah, it's a good place. You should go there, too.
You should go there. And they've got good cheese sauce.
Oh, the cheese sauce there is excellent.
Well, anything with cheese
basically Velveeta, but... Still, it's pretty good.
Velveeta is actually cheese.
Well, if you process
now,
cheese
are these
food.
little indicators supposed to go up when I'm talking? Because they're not.
I can hear you as long as I can hear you. No.
You turned me off, didn't you?
No. Well, personally, mix you out of every single song.
Really. Yeah. We keep you on a separate track, Pasty Boy.
How's that possible?
It's not. I dare you to write your own song. Just write one.
All right. So with me, because Brian is counting bread again, and John is on religious.
He's on a sabbatical.
He's on
sabbatical. Die Hard Gamer Radio sabbatical. After you do 47 shows, then you have to. Then you get to take a couple off.
No, you have to publish your paper then.
Yes. Then
if you don't publish,
you have
to.
Done. Yeah, because we publish a lot here at Die Hard Gamer Radio.
Well, we've got this cool schedule here that's
that we consistently see for the first time every time we come here.
Yeah,
it's like the footnotes are longer than the actual schedule.
Yeah, that's usually. I don't know if you've never gone to the website, have you?
No.
Yeah, it's like when you click on the thing and it shows the schedule. It's like the footnotes are like 3/4 of the page, and then the schedule is like 1/4.
Yeah. That's what appears.
So with me, I have Mike Robison,
Yeah.
who is kind of pasty.
And I was very intoxicated during the last one that you guys.
Well, that was the arcade special.
Yeah, that remember if you listen to the arcade special and you hear the guy laughing maniacally in the background, that was him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we have Steve.
I don't remember what he was laughing at. But
Steve?
I don't remember either because I have a feeling it isn't very funny.
It's funny when you listen to it now,
With that
but
clown in the background laughing.
well, you were laughing at dead air.
The other drunk guys. Steve was
Well.
making funny faces at me. You can't
No,
see
he
that on the
was-
video.
can't see it. Yeah, you can't see it on the radio.
You can't see that on the radio.
Is this the AM radio?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The FM radio.
Yeah,
It doesn't matter.
He was listening to our
The internet radio.
Our shortwave broadcast.
our CB broadcast.
Well, that's how you get the Art Bell show.
Oh, on shortwave.
They always sell that shortwave radio that can prepare you for any emergency.
Oh.
And you can talk to aliens with it or something. You can hand crank it
Oh,
in case if a
that's
cyclone is taking out the
kinda awesome.
powerhouse and
Oh, good.
you don't have any power, but you can
I'm
hear
glad
it.
that
like,
the cyclone is taking us out in the northern hemisphere here.
The cyclone, you,
know.
mean that old roller coaster from Elitch's?
No, it's the pinball machine.
Oh,
it's working its way across the Pacific. It hit.
what about the
Burma
wild
first.
chipmunk?
I love the wild chipmunk. That was an awesome ride.
So if a cyclone actually crosses the equator, does it become a hurricane as soon as it goes across the equator?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I guess that they just anticipate that and just call it a hurricane for us people.
Oh.
Down there, they call it the cyclones heading up for the U.S.
Well, it's like a meteorological thing. Where, like, if it's
Really?
in the southern hemisphere, it's a cyclone. In the northern hemisphere, it's a hurricane. Because
Oh.
they go different ways because of the
I
coordinate
thought
system.
that was just local color.
No.
Local
Dialect.
color.
Yeah, that was just local.
So what if
color.
there was like something like that in the middle of the equator? It was like half and half. What did we call it?
It can't exist there because it would like twist around on itself and die.
Yeah.
Oh.
Its mana power would be diminished.
Yeah.
Man of Power.
Mana power.
Mana power.
Wasn't he part of He-Man?
Yes. Yes, he was.
Okay. So let us move on to the news with our jaded selves, according to Emily.
Are we jaded?
We are so jaded.
Apparently.
We should be called Jaded Radio.
Really.
Jaded Gamer Radio.
I can
We would do
step
that,
in
but
as-
then there'd be probably some Chinese podcast that would be like...
Jade Emerald Radio.
Yeah, it'd be like...
Jade Empire Radio.
We would have reviews of games, but our
Jade
government
Video
doesn't
Radio.
allow us to play them.
Yeah, so it's like beep beep.
Yes, it'd be the Jade Empire video
Yeah.
game review.
I very much enjoyed playing beep.
This is probably disturbingly accurate.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, don't.
It's okay. I thought it would have been cool if you had let him bust into some Mandarin there.
Was that
my
Mandarin or
My
Cantonese?
Mandarin is so bad. I don't really know any Cantonese. I know how to count in Cantonese. Is about it.
Oh, okay. So our first bit of gaming news, and it interests maybe me,
Yeah.
is O2
maybe.
Media. What?
Maybe.
Oh. Well, O2 Medius will get an Xbox 360 port called O2 Medius G. It is a shmup, which is basically boobs plus Gradius.
I looked at the title for this and I thought it was something spelled backwards and realized it wasn't.
I thought it was like
It was like Sui Demoto.
Well, that's a prefecture.
Oh.
oh wow.
No, it's not.
Oh.
Did you believe me, Mike?
Well, you said it with such a firm conviction, and it does sound like a prefecture.
It was such a authoritative statement.
Yeah,
Like, just
So
assumed.
there's like.
I'm also a pretty gullible person. So.
Oh, okay. But yeah, there's like these chicks in planes and their boobs like fire missiles or something like that. I don't know.
Well, don't real boobs fire missiles?
That's where they hide all those ICBMs now that the Red River Valley doesn't have anymore.
Oh.
Yeah.
I've been watching a few too many episodes of Mazinger Z.
I enjoyed that show. I don't want to hear you like mistreating it.
I'm mistreating this show.
Yeah.
You deserve better, my singer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Zinger Z deserves better than your.
Your nonsense.
Yeah.
My
Don't be that way.
shenanigans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't be that way.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So next up, we have another DS game, kind of like Maho Shimpan 2. Is basically the game
this
is
like-
called To Love Ru. It is LOVERU. It is a touch the girls in an inappropriate ways game with the DS stylus. And no, I'm not making this
Is this
game
like
up.
a whole like genre
It's a new
now?
genre in Japan.
'Cause
Apparently, with touch
They
screen
like
technology,
ran out of
they
other
can-
things to make. So
well,
now
is it?
it's,
Well, okay. You know how Jack Thompson said that GTA 4 are like murder simulators. Well, now we have Chicon simulators
Yeah, apparently.
on the Nintendo DS.
Well, it loses all of its magic when you're fondling the girl with a stylus, I think. I
Yeah.
don't really enjoy that
because
very
it's
much.
not an accurate representation.
Well, just poking a girl with a stylus isn't very much fun,
Yeah.
whether she be a video
It's like when
game
you
character
like
or not.
poke Emily with the cookie.
Well, that's to keep my head from coming off.
Yeah, yeah,
What?
yeah. In order to touch Emily, Mike has to use a cookie as an
Yeah,
intermediary.
no one's allowed to actually touch Emily, with the
Yeah.
exception of Roger. No one's
Yeah.
allowed to touch
so
her.
he uses cookies.
Yeah, so if you use like a cookie proxy,
Yeah.
you can touch her with the cookie, and
Yeah,
it's all okay.
It's all okay as long as you touch her with the cookie proxy.
Yeah,
It's like a cookie server.
yeah. She's like, "Don't touch me!" And then you know.
No,
then
it's
you
like
lose your
you
fingers.
can't get out to the internet, so you use the proxy server to get out.
Yeah.
You have to use the cookie proxy.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
cookie proxy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wasn't that a Coen Brothers movie?
No, it was made by the same guys that made the Maltese Falcon.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I didn't like that movie anyway.
Which one?
The Maltese Falcon.
The first one or the second one?
I don't know, whichever.
Which one did you watch?
It was in black and white, and I
Well,
watched
that would
it.
be
That
the
would be
first
the first
one.
one.
There's only been two.
Doesn't the second one have George Clooney in it?
They actually made a remake.
Yeah.
You're not fooling me?
No, I'm not.
That's ridiculous.
It's like 2 years old now.
Well, if you didn't like the first movie, why does it matter?
Well, they shouldn't have made the second one. You can't polish a turd. If the first one was bad, how do you make the second one any good?
Okay.
Now, on this game you're just talking about, how many of these games are there? You say that there's a
Three.
This is a trick.
3 so far.
3 of them so far.
Yeah,
Yes.
2 of them are witch touching games.
Witch touching.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to.
You're supposed to figure out which one of these girls is witches. It's
Well, per Penny Arcade, it's like, well, if you touch them, does it tell you that they have witchcraft or does not have witchcraft? And Gabe's like, well, who cares?
Yeah.
So it's like an Inquisition game, and
Yeah, kinda,
the guilty one gets put on the rack, and you make
No,
her tell
no.
you who was dancing with the devil,
Oh,
in pale
and-
moonlight.
yeah, but that'd be Jack Nicholson.
Well, yeah,
I don't really think we need to inquire into that one.
Okay. So moving on, the Nintendo Channel and WiiWare are out.
Is that like a condom or something?
I don't know what it is.
Okay, first of all, only
I-
Brian and John are allowed to do Wii jokes.
That was a funny joke.
No,
though.
it don't.
Yes, it was.
I don't
Okay.
even know what WiiWare is.
WiiWare is original
Is it that
titles. It's like
stupid download?
X-Blah.
I don't even pay attention to the Wii, to be quite honest with you.
Well,
I don't either.
I'm totally not equipped to talk about this particular subject.
Well, and every time I go shopping for one, it's like I go, well, maybe there's games I want to play for it, and there's like
No.
nothing. There's
No.
like 18,000 stupid Mario.
It'd be an
Brother
awesome
games.
game if it'd be an awesome system. Like the PS3, it'd be an awesome system if there were games for it.
Yeah,
well,
it's
there's
like,
games out for it, but they're all either casual games or it's shovelware.
yeah, pretty much.
I mean,
It's
the
just
nice
like-
thing about WiiWare is that now all this shovelware can be done online, and you don't have to spend the money on packaging.
Well, or it's No More Heroes, and you're like, oh, okay.
wow,
Well,
waving
epileptic
my,
seizure.
yeah, I'm waving my Wiimote around and knocking over a vase, and the dog's
What
scared.
what game is that?
Dog.
Well, no, it's just theoretical.
Oh, is it theoretical dog? What's the name of your theoretical dog?
Aloysius.
Okay, so next up.
So it's just like Xbox
feed
Live. you
theoretical
just-
Yeah,
dogs,
it's like
theoretical.
Xbox Live Arcade where
Yeah, pretty much.
they make original titles. Although one of them is Final Fantasy, it's like $15.
So which Final Fantasy is it?
It's a brand new one. It's part of the Crystal Chronicles.
Oh. So the one where you can save the world with a bucket on your head. That's like quite... Seriously, you
No,
one of the character
that's
classes,
not too far from the truth.
You wear a bucket and you have an axe. It's cool.
Was
Yeah.
it a KFC bucket? Like Buckethead?
It was more like a pail.
It was
like
a
you would,
chalice.
like you would catch rainwater in or something.
It was
Wow.
a chalice. It protected you from the miasma.
No, there was a character class like those little turnip head people. Their warriors had a
Yeah,
bucket
they're
on their
called
head.
Onion Knights.
They're turnip head people. I don't know what they. I don't. They
They're
have some name.
Pikmin.
No, they're not the Pikmin. They
This is
had
what
some
happens when a one-off RPG saves Square back in the day. Like,
Yeah.
we didn't really have ideas, but
Yeah.
now we've got revenue, so we got to keep making these.
Name. Yeah, I think you're right.
So next up, we have Earthworm Jim announced. A new Earthworm Jim.
You skipped one.
Oh, did I?
Yeah.
Sequel
Oh,
to
no,
Splatterhouse.
sequel to Splatterhouse planned.
Yeah, because anybody cares about that.
Well,
I don't
Splatterhouse
really.
was good.
Like 10 years ago?
It's
10
it's
years
older
ago.
than
Yeah,
that.
20
yeah.
years ago, yeah.
Yeah. Well,
I don't remember the game being that good, quite honestly.
I actually played.
It was the first one that I played that had like gore, so we were playing it just to watch people's heads splatter, and then we realized.
Well,
that,
I played it.
that there was no gameplay to it.
yeah, we were very much like Pavlov's dogs. It was like, manipulate the controller until a head splatters, and then we're like, ooh, yeah, do it again, do it again, do it again, and then it was a vicious cycle.
After about 45 minutes, you're like, so where's the game in this? Oh, no, there isn't one.
Oh, it took us far longer than 45 minutes. We were
Well,
like, oh.
I played the game on mysterious emulator name here, and yeah, it was.
Did you play it on main?
Wasn't that good?
It was okay, but it definitely left a lot to be desired in the control department.
So,
Yeah.
like the first one?
Well,
Like all the
Well,
other
he's
Splatterhouse
he's
games?
talking about the old first Splatterhouse.
yeah. Well, the first Splatterhouse was arcade.
Yeah.
The next two were on the Genesis.
That's when we
Well,
played
actually, I
them.
don't remember if they came out with arcade ports of Splatterhouse 2 or 3.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I think it's long since people cared.
Well, I played Splatterhouse on my TurboGrafx. But anyway, moving on. Next one, a sequel to an old franchise, Earthworm Jim game planned. I don't remember the Earthworm Jim games being that good.
No, they were side-scrolling.
First
stupid
one was
games.
okay if you like side scrollers.
Yeah, but do you
It's
like
like-
side-scrollers? Well, did you back then?
I did back then.
It's like that stupid
Now,
Gex game.
I'd rather put my head in the microwave than play a platformer though. So.
Or play
Yeah,
or play
it's-
Bubsy.
Oh, God, Bubsy.
Or
That was the worst
was it-
game ever.
Yeah, we can talk about failed platform franchises in a later episode. And we'll start at Arrow the Acrobat and end up...
Oh, God.
we'll
Awesome
start-
possum.
Yeah, Arrow the Acrobat will start us off, and we'll end with Zool.
Does Excite Bike count as a platformer?
It can if you, crash your bike, right? We used to try and get, the bike up off of the screen when we would crash it.
Yeah.
How'd that work for you?
It worked. If you hit those little wedge things just right, you could catapult.
You mean the
yourself.
ramp?
Well, no, there was big ramps and then the little sharp ramps. You could
Right.
knock yourself clean off the screen.
That's
And that was
awesome.
about the much fun we had with Excite Bike. It was a really terrible game.
The girl at Subway didn't charge me for my extra cheese.
Well, did she have her phone number on there somewhere?
Yeah.
Well, there's the phone number for the restaurant.
Say served by Katie, and then you.
Yeah.
Call her up and ask her about her extra cheese.
No,
Yeah.
just clerk
Hey.
30.
Hey, baby. Hey, clerk 30. Where's your cheese?
Yeah.
All right. Next up, there's a PC Engine Best Collection out. Or coming out.
So why are they doing this? What is it with video games lately? It's like the movies. They're just digging up all the old crap.
Because it's cheaper to dig out old crap than it is to create new IP.
Well, pardon me.
Well, you asked.
There's a lot of things in the there that I've never heard of.
The what-you-call-it there?
Well, I mean, it's coming out with for those who care, which would be Keegan, the Far East of Eden, which are RPGs. Which, if you're going to play an RPG in complete Japanese, you're nuts. But the big thing is that well, I'm not even going to pronounce it, but it's basically the Ginkgo Ojo-sama Densetsu collection, which is Yuna and Yuna 2, but it comes with Sapphire, which is the hardest shmup ever to find on the PC Engine. It's really hard to find. It's really expensive. Blah blah blah.
Huh. But you say that about every shmup.
No, this one's actually very hard to find. It retails for about $600 to $700 if you can find it.
Why would I want a shmup for $700?
I don't know, but it's apparently
really
that.
like shmups, apparently.
Well, I
Especially
don't
on the
like
PC Engine I don't own.
I don't like them that much. But moving on, our next one, and this will interest Mike.
Huh?
This is pretty.
The best premise for an RTS: Stalin versus Martians.
Can I play Hitler?
No,
No, that's in the
No?
patch.
no.
Oh.
You don't.
Well, let me read this.
Oh, did I screw?
Okay.
You screwed it up.
Okay.
Oh.
So Dreamlore and Endgame are behind this real-time strategy which takes place in the year 1942. The Martians suddenly drop off somewhere in Siberia and attack the people of Russia. The situation is a total mess, so Comrade Stalin takes the anti-ET military operation under his personal control. The operation is top secret and practically no one knows about the fact of extraterrestrial intervention. You take control of the Red Army troops and start kicking aliens under the wise Stalin's guidance.
Wise Stalin, like
Why is Stalin? Yeah, he was a smart guy. Right?
yeah, he was the best tactician ever.
Yes.
Yeah, as the Spanish say,
You know what I think would have.
Tastico.
You know what I think would have been a better tactical move? Not kill a couple million of your own people, so
Yeah.
you could use them as military forces. But anyway,
The Commissar order, thumbs up.
just thinking maybe people that aren't dead, better soldiers.
Yeah, really.
is that your GamePro game tip?
I'll remember that when I get this game.
Not starving out your own people for no apparent reason. Probably not the way you want to go.
That happened later too.
Well, yeah. It was a theme.
Yeah, it was. Well, it's a theme in communist countries. It seems like.
It seems like it.
So any more Russian history you'd like to share with the audience?
Well, when that comet hit Siberia in 1910, Stalin wasn't around probably,
Yeah.
and the Tsar, he was a screw up too.
Which czar is not a screw-up?
Putin, Tsar Putin.
Tsar Putin.
Oh, just come on. He's the Tsar. He's the Tsar now.
Is he now?
Yeah. He's I don't want to be president anymore. I'll be prime minister. And then when he's done being prime minister, he'll be the hegemon. And when he's done being hegemon, he'll be somebody else.
He's basically a Roman patrician in the late Roman Republic.
Could be, yeah. Except for like the part where there's voting, that doesn't happen.
So any feelings on this Stalin versus the Martians?
Well, I think it's kind of dumb if I have to play Stalin because I don't really want to play Stalin.
Well, it's Stalin versus the Martians. You don't get if it's Santa Claus versus the Martians, you don't get to play the Easter Bunny.
Well, yeah, but I don't want. I want to play the Martians.
Well, I'm sure
I don't know.
Although Santa Claus would be cool to play because you could like command all of his vast industry in the North Pole.
Yes.
Plus,
churning out guns in an unending flood.
He's got a extensive war machine.
Of course. Well, all you got to do is retool all those.
Pole.
Yeah, retool all those wooden car factories into making guns and bombs and stuff.
Why do they always make wooden cars? Who's ever gotten a wooden car for Christmas?
I never have for Christmas, but I got one when I was a child.
Well, how small was it?
For your birthday, you got a wooden car?
Yeah, it was cool. I was like 5 years old.
Was it like something you could like sit in
Man,
and
I
drive?
never got a wooden car.
No, you like wheel it. It was like
I would've,
like a Matchbox
frickin'-
car, but it was like big. You could like roll over everybody
I would have
else's
like
Matchbox
freaking
car.
asked for
And I got like
a
Tonka
gift
trucks.
receipt.
At
something.
5 years old, you would
Yeah,
ask for a gift
I would
receipt.
for a wooden car. Yeah, like if this ain't Legos, I don't want it.
Well, it was like you got the Tonka toys and the wooden car. You never got the Tonka toys?
The wooden car,
Yeah.
the wooden car, and the Tonka toys. The Tonka toys are made out of stainless steel, buddy.
Well, they were. They're not anymore.
Well, they were, yes, and you could like kill yourself
Well,
with them.
they weren't stainless
Nobody's
steel. They were
killing you with a wooden
die-cast
car.
metal.
Yeah. We had all the steel ones with the farm equipment
You're
and
right,
everything.
die-cast metal. But the you can't kill anybody with a wooden car.
You
I
can
never-
kill someone with a Tonka truck.
Yeah, exactly.
I never when I was a child, I hadn't played enough murder simulators to have thought to occasionally
Well,
skull
see,
in
this
with
is-
the wheel of my wooden car.
Well, Donkey Kong was a murder simulator. You were throwing barrels at kids, weren't you?
I was playing
Yeah.
Combat on the 2600, so that must have been done.
that was my favorite game. but
Yeah,
I
you
was like
were
12
wondering
by
why
that time.
you were wondering why your bullets weren't ricocheting.
Yes.
I don't remember when I got that. We
What,
were playing,
Combat?
Yeah, we were playing that all to death.
Well, think of the first time you saw simulated wood paneling, because that was probably it.
It was
And not on
yes,
your
it
wooden
had-
car.
Yeah.
No, not on the wooden car.
Okay.
Well, it wouldn't
I
be
just remember it
simulated
being
on a
cool.
wooden
It had
car.
like opening doors and everything. It was cool
All
for
right.
being a wooden car. For being 5 years old. You know.
Was it cool when you were 5?
When I was 5? Yeah, it definitely.
No,
suffers
were you
a
just
bit.
cool? Period. Is.
No,
Suffers a bit from Blue Thunder
Blue
syndrome.
Thunder. Yeah, it's
The wooden car.
And of course, there was that wooden Blue Thunder model that you got. So You don't have to play as Stalin. You can play as his, Red Army goons.
Oh, that's great. Don't run away.
Who's making this game?
Some Dream Lore and Endgame. I've never heard of these people.
I haven't either.
I have a feeling this is like something that they bang together to get revenue for their really big game.
Yeah, it's like the Prison Tycoon before their A title.
Yeah, like Nanotank.
I
had to read your last word in the footnote there a couple times to figure out if you're misspelling Lolita.
No, it's Lol-tastico.
Lol-tastico.
Because I got the...
Lolita is actually more interesting.
Lolita-tastical?
Well, hey.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I use...
With or without panties?
Lolitastical?
Actually, I prefer to use the word lolicious.
Lolicious.
But
how many licks does it take to get to the center of Lolicious?
Well, Mr. Mike, why don't you have a seat right over here?
Yeah.
Chris Hansen would like a word with you.
Yeah, would like a word for you. His head just poked in the front door.
And pedo bears behind there.
Behind him. Mike
Yeah,
there.
he can go to hell.
No, the reason I have Lo-tastico there is because I got that news from a Spanish website, and that is actually what they wrote. So apparently internet memes are being translated poorly.
So is this some dipshit game from, like, Europe or something?
Possibly. Who knows?
We call them independent studios now.
Pardon me. Pardon me,
Indie
everyone.
studios.
Indie studios, not dipshit game.
Okay. All right, so moving on, we've got some...
Although EA is kind of a dipshit studio.
Yeah. Well, there's that.
Well, the studios that don't keep closing all the time.
Well, there was that whole thing with today that was on the little press release from Sony Online Entertainment saying that the PS3 is an excellent. There's lots of potential for MMOs on the PS3.
It's like, too bad no company will ever make one for.
Well, the last thing you want is Sony Online Entertainment doing an MMO for your system.
EverQuest.
Talk about but adoption rate for EverQuest not so hot anymore.
Yeah, you'll
well,
be
it wasn't that
by...
hot for Meridian 59 either.
Oh yeah, but there's nobody online in 1994.
That's true.
Well, they were all playing Quake.
Yeah. Well, the thing was the problem is Sony Online Entertainment. Anytime they touch an MMO, it turns to dust. It's like the death touch.
Like the PS3 a bit.
Well, yeah, but even more so because they took Star Wars Galaxies and turned it into a pile of crap. And they took Matrix Online and killed it. I think they did another one, too.
EverQuest.
Well, and Vanguard is a piece of shit, too. So.
All right. So we've got some fighting game news for you all. Not that Mike plays fighting games anymore.
No.
But there's a fighting game coming out on the DS, which looked kind of interesting. And may or may not use a stylus, which I'm kind of wondering how that would work.
Or that stupid Ninja Gaiden game with the stylus. I couldn't believe that.
No, it actually works really well.
I've seen people playing, and I'm like, you're going to stab that thing right through the screen.
Well, that's because they're retarded monkeys and don't know how to use a DS.
Well, apparently, retarded monkeys can also type out Shakespeare.
No, that's an infinite number of monkeys.
An infinite number of retarded monkeys.
No, I think the premise is that the monkeys are of average intelligence in that particular case.
Well, average for monkeys or average for people?
Average for monkeys.
So, okay.
Yeah. They're not retarded monkeys. They're just average monkeys.
Oh.
With typewriters.
With typewriters.
Yeah.
So how are they different than a typical DS user then?
The opinions of Mike.
Man, it took about a minute and a half to get around to their particular burn.
Ah.
No, it just came out. I wasn't planning it.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what happens
And
when you
we
eat all
also-
that greasy food.
And we also
That's
have
true, yeah.
more characters in the Broken Soul Calibur 4 and possibly Broken Street Fighter 4.
Balrog?
Yeah,
There's gonna be a Balrog in
I
it?
saw some stuff on G4 about Street Fighter 4, and it actually looked pretty good.
I'll believe it when I play it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm still pissed off at the fact that it's not 2D.
Well, it is 2D.
2D sprite-based graphics.
Oh, what the hell does it matter? At this
It
point,
does matter to me.
it doesn't really matter because, it looks like it's 2D. It's not like, oh, look,
They
I
can
have
do it
polygon
really
guys.
nice. They can
It's
make them look
it
so
basically the only thing that is interesting in the 3D way from what I've seen is when you're scrolling back and forth and fighting, you actually scroll into the background. The camera kind of moves a little bit. It's kind of neat.
Have you ever played Dark Cloud 2 or Games like that where they can make the polygons look like they're hand-drawn, it's really pretty sweet. They could do a good job if they wanted to.
Okay.
Not that I care, because I'm not going to be playing either of these games, because I think Soul Calibur should have died about 3 versions ago. But
Well, it's like Tekken. They just keep pulling it out.
Well, it's called we need money for, to keep our company afloat. You can't keep a company, by the power of your dreams.
Can't keep a company afloat by making new games that people want to play.
Oh,
Gotta do old games that
Well, that's exactly
mindless zombies will buy over and over again.
Well, that's why I was wondering. It's like Earthworm Jim, Splatterhouse. I mean, it's all on here. It's like a third of the games we've talked about are like rehashes old.
Well, that's because that's all that's come out so far. I mean,
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, what's old is new again, literally.
Well, I'm not saying that as a
No,
criticism
what's
of
old
the
is
timeline.
what's old is old again. It's just here again.
Yeah. Bionic Commando is coming back on Xbox
Oh,
Live.
for Christ's sakes!
Yeah.
Bionic Commando. Are they going to put the swastikas back in it?
We don't know. We were discussing that
is
about
actually
10 podcasts ago whether or not
I
It's
don't
actually
ever listen to this stuff.
Well,
Wow.
it's actually, Mike, they
Should
actually rated the game M for mature.
See, they rate every game for M for mature. It's losing its meaning.
Well,
Every fucking game is M for mature.
No, any game worth playing is M for mature.
Well, they
the
rated
opinions
Halo.
of Steve do not necessarily.
Well, I would say that's true. I mean, unless you want to play stupid Mario Dream.
No, what if they came out with an M-rated Mario game?
I wouldn't
When
surprise.
you jump on the turtle, like this little green blood stuff splats out on both sides because you've just crushed its spine and popped its blood vessels.
Yeah, or like during the new Mario Kart where you're like knock somebody's head in with a turtle shell and like his eyeball comes out the other side of his head and he falls off the cart and like Princess Toad still runs right over him.
I accidentally did that to a cop in GTA 4.
You knocked him in the head with a turtle shell.
I wish. No, I had a head-on collision at like 110 miles per hour, and he flew through the windshield of his car because he wasn't wearing his seatbelt, and then I backed up and I ran over him.
Click it or ticket, buddy.
All right. So
Surprisingly, there was no police reaction to that.
And
particular
also,
problem.
Well, all the cops were dead. They saw you do it.
Well, you got to realize the population of Liberty City is probably 75% cops.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I mean, they're just everywhere. It's like, does anybody else live in this city other than cops? Because I can't find them.
anyway, so we
also
also
hard to find hookers in that.
Really? I would have thought they'd be crawling all over. Well, I guess with 75% of your population being police,
Cops, yeah,
it'd be kind of tough to find.
I've so far
customer.
seen one hooker.
Really?
Yeah.
They
And
probably
I tried to go. I
reacted-
tried to go up and talk to her, but then she got into a car of some other guy who drove up, and they drove away.
that's actually kind of
That's kind of tough competition there.
and
It's
then,
like,
then I carjacked them and took their SUV.
Oh, was the hooker still in it?
No, I went to the passenger side, so I pulled her out, and then I punched the guy in the head and pushed him out, and then I took the.
Okay.
So I won in the end, really. But I have carjacked a couple where you carjack taxis, and the backseat people are still there, and they'll wait until you slow down enough, and they'll jump out the thing to get.
So you
away
can't
from
take
it.
him like a hostage, like in Saints Row.
Well, I mean, depends. There's no advantage to you taking them hostage because you don't have any demands.
Oh, in Saints Row, you can like drive them around and you can get like ransom money if you can like keep
really?
them from running. You have to keep the car going fast enough so they can't jump
can't
out.
get out.
And then the cops like are instantly summoned because they know there's
they know that
somebody.
you're there. Yeah, it's the magic cops. They have those in GTA.
So anyway,
So anyway,
And also-
stop talking about those things I don't want to talk about.
Mike also had an idea for a game, but
Which I have like 80 ideas for games.
you mean other than France Revolution?
France
Revolution.
Yeah, I was thinking that,
That is pretty awesome.
like during the Battle of Waterloo, it could just show all these like dudes and the guns and cannons.
It'd be
and
like
stuff.
Space Channel 5, where like all of a sudden all the soldiers just start dancing with you for no apparent reason.
No, all the soldiers would not have a crotch.
No, and like Nappy'd be there on his horse, and you would have to like dance.
Nappy?
Yeah, Napoleon.
Nappy?
Yeah, Nappy. And you would have
his
to.
hat kind of looks like a napkin folded 22.
It does. and it could be like he could be like toward the bottom of the screen, like Bubble Bobble or like when he starts screwing up, he starts crying and holding his stomach and stuff, and you have to like dance correctly on the mat. In order to like get the guns to fire, and then the English are like getting blown up in the air. But if you like screw it up, then they start like
Would they use
blowing you
arrows
away.
like DDR? Would be something different for France. Right?
Well, I would think it would just because
No, they'd be the faces of the bourgeois.
Yeah, the faces of the bourgeois and the royalty that you're stomping out in glorious Britain.
That's what it'll be.
I was thinking but we could, on the theme of recycling old to make it new, we could just have it basically be DDR, but we would just show like different and interesting backgrounds of people being mutilated in war. With Nappy like crying when you start messing it up.
What sort of music do you have for this?
I was thinking like the
Guitar Wolf.
That would actually be pretty sweet. But I was thinking like
No.
things orchestrals.
Guitar Wolf
like,
is never sweet.
No, it is. It actually is. Don't listen to Steve.
No, it's not.
But you could have like orchestral music, like the 1912 Overture and things like that. You know,
Really?
that would be cool. Or the French national anthem's pretty cool. Then you would like stomp around on your mat, and then like
No, they would
cannons
do
go off
a
and
Euro techno version of it.
They could, yeah, with the. There you go. That would be the harder ones. And I'm just seeing some prepubescent girl like jumping up and down on this mat to like get all the cannons to fire at the
And then the arcade machine runs off cheese instead of
Cheese and wine.
cheese and wine. Yes.
There's-
And then
know-
he goes, ho ho ho! We won again.
You know, all I have to say about that whole idea is the system is down.
Okay.
He doesn't watch Strong Bad.
How do you not absorb the system is down in like the 5 years since that little skit came out?
I don't know. What's he talking about? I don't even know what he's talking about.
Well, we'll watch it later.
Okay. So our next thing here is that we have a topic, and with all of us who used to work at retail, this might hit home for us. We're going to talk about why I am so jaded, or why are we so jaded?
No, we're so jaded because there's market drones that get in the way of people making cool new games.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I mean, how many times are we going to see the same crap just get spewed out?
So,
I mean,
so we see the same crap all the time.
But it's all new and exciting.
Well,
Like,
it's
no,
not
I
new
think-
and exciting. It's old crap, and it's not really that new.
Well, here's kind of the thing. You know, you've got the generic sort of appeals to everybody casual gamer stuff, and then you've got like the hardcores, but in your letters and Z's wherever you want to there. Who apply to, you know, the hardcore shmup player. You know, that like is like 4 people in the world. And so you get one of the two, basically. There's a rare game that's in the middle that's like, oh, that's kind of interesting, and it's not just, and it's not off the wall for the sole sake of being off the wall.
So, well,
I mean, I don't enjoy, I know John and Brian enjoy weird games that are weird for the sake of weird and different. I don't enjoy those games.
Well, and I don't.
but does that make you jaded?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. What's the definition of jaded in this context?
Made of mineral.
Oh, well, then no. Well, I guess kind of. I mean, calcium. I'm sure there's some zinc running around somewhere. I took my multivitamin this morning.
Okay. And Mike,
Iron.
so Mike, why are you jaded? Because I know that you're kind of tired of sequels. And
Yeah, and it's, you know, and I heard on the radio about how evil GTA 4 was, and it's like, well, you know.
I wish it was evil. It'd probably be more interesting if it was more evil.
Yeah, it seems kind of light to me, other than the fact that there is actually a strip clubs in the game. I'm like, well, there are strip clubs in real life. It doesn't make me, you know, want to go to them any more or less. I guess it helps the fact that I do actually want to go to real life strip clubs. The fact that I see them in GTA doesn't make me go, hot damn, I need to go to the Penthouse Club right now. You know,
Well,
screw this game.
you might, because when you look at the actual character animations and character models, you'd be like, man, I really want to see an actual real woman now.
Or like that one girl I'm telling you, the one chick at Penthouse Club, the blonde,
Which one?
the Russian one.
Oh, yeah. She's
Yeah.
better rendered than they are on GTA 4, I guarantee.
I bet you she is, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's just like, you know,
They
had made
diversion there for, you know, all you
yeah.
female likers out there.
Well, yeah. But and even women would have to agree that she's nicely shaped. I think that's a concession that we have to make. But
Not that we can show you what this woman looks like in any way, shape, or form.
yeah, you
but
can't see her on the radio.
Nor do we have a picture of her to put on the website.
We should see if we can get her picture.
Yeah, that would go over well.
No, I think she would. Just ask her real nice.
You
I
go.
will.
You're
I'll
the
do it.
picture guy. You go.
I'll
you go
do
for
it. I've got so many.
You've gotten 14-year-old cosplayers to show you a lot of stuff.
Yeah, but that's
so.
not difficult. They just.
Well, I don't think that getting this girl to show us. It's just her face. I don't need like.
All right. So.
Anyway, they were saying like Halo's rated mature, Halo 3, and GTA when you're like killing hookers is rated M. And
I
I'm like,
could find some hookers in the game.
yeah, apparently the hookers are like few and far between in GTA. But it's just like, if every game is rated mature because we're such panty wastes, then the rating system just really falls apart. I mean, it's like in Halo, it's ridiculous because you're shooting like grotesque aliens who splatter green blood with Mattel-looking rifles. It's like, wow, here's my spike gun that looks like it came out of Toys R Us. And I'm like, why is that rated mature? Like, that's ridiculous. This rating system is stupid.
But does it make you jaded, which just happens to be the subject of the top?
Well, I would say yeah, because, what would you say my last rant was all about? It's just because it's like...
I don't know.
Never mind. We have editing, so it doesn't matter.
No, we really don't.
We don't? I thought he edited them all down.
Well, he used to. Now he doesn't anymore.
Yeah. Oh, so, well, whatever.
Well, glad we got that.
All right. So, no, the reason I think that we're so jaded, well, first of all, is that we've been lied to a lot in when we buy video games. I mean, it's like, oh, the greatest, best thing in the world. It's like, so is that all you have?
Well, it's kind of
we play through games. The endings suck. It's like, well, there's no incentive to play these games anymore. I mean, what are you guys doing?
Well, I think it's more a case of you have to. You have to take well, I expect this game to probably bite because every game is the best game ever, according to reviews
their marketing
or whatever
people.
and their marketing people. And so you have to take the same thing that I do with movies. I assume that they suck until proven otherwise, and it's the same thing with the games. Until proven that it has some sort of entertainment value, I assume that the game is going to be uninteresting.
And it's actually better to do that for games because just games are really freaking expensive.
Yeah, I was going to say a movie.
Plop down $60 for GTA 4.
Yeah, really.
I mean, it's like, well, if a movie sucked, it's like, oh, you're out $10. You work 2 hours at work and you make it up. But
how much money do you make?
Well, I'm just using it as a general example.
2 hours at work and you make it up. So
or
you work
1 hour at work.
You work for a major telecom company and you
That's
make
not
$5
what I
a month.
make.
$5
a month an hour.
No.
Well, you got to after in taxes.
After tax, we
so
apparently
$7.
apparently we live in England now.
I'm just using it as a general example.
It's a value added tax on strippers.
If you worked at games,
that would be a terrible idea.
It's just ridiculous.
That would be. They're thinking about that in California too. Taxing
really?
strippers and shit on the internet.
It's another.
What are you gonna need a 1040 form to look at a stripper?
I think it would be an I-9 in this game.
It's like another great idea coming out of
It'd be
California.
the TNA form.
Yeah, it's the 1040 TA.
Yeah. Excuse me, miss, can you fill this out?
So are you jaded, Mike?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I don't even read any of the magazines anymore.
Well, most of the magazines are crap, Mike.
Well, yeah, I mean,
I really think that computer gaming world had it kind of figured out before they went out of business, where they just didn't do ratings anymore.
And that's why they went out of business.
Yeah, they went out of business because I hadn't even heard of them for about 4 years before I picked up their second to last issue. Hey, CGW is still alive. Oh, nah, not so much.
No, yeah. But, I mean, I don't even hardly listen to professional reviewers anymore because many times I've tried a game that they've said sucks on ice, and that's like, this is a halfway decent game. And
well, Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, exactly. That's an excellent example. It's like they bulldoze their way through the game, trying to solve it as quickly as possible so that they can write their review on it, because for them it's just another game down the chute that they have to deal with.
Well, you got to wonder too. I mean, if they're reviewing all these games, maybe part of the problem with these reviews is that, and we're getting kind of far afield here again because we're not talking about why we're jaded, but.
Well, I think we are talking about why we're jaded.
Yeah.
Well, it's a reason that we've become a little jaded.
Is it really even necessary for these reviewers to make it all the way through the game to do a review of it?
No. But they
do anyway. They go all the way through the game and they're like, oh, yeah, blah, blah, blah. And you're like, well, okay. Was that really necessary?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, Assassin's Creed is an excellent example, and Crackdown is an excellent example. I mean,
Yeah.
I read nothing but bad reviews, and I'm like, damn, I was really looking forward to that game. It sounded like an awesome game, and guess what? It was an awesome game, but to them, it was just another. It wasn't very much fun. And their criticisms were valid, but not really any reason to say it was a lousy game.
You should get around to finishing that game. I never got around to finishing that game.
I never did either.
It was fun though.
It was.
Yeah. Okay. So
I mean, it is kind of an open-ended question,
Well, we're jaded because we've been lied to all the time by companies. We're seeing games that really aren't new.
I think in our case it may be more so that because we've
just been in it for so long.
Well, there's that, but also when you work in retail, you see every game that comes out,
and you deal with every idiot that plays these games.
Yeah, most people don't see every game that comes out.
Yeah, true.
Most people see the big titles that get marketed well. We get to see, the demo for Blood is out. Oh, great.
Oh, God.
You can get your secret typo negative track that you could get on their album, too. Oh, that was a bonus. You get all sorts of crap that comes out.
So we're just more jaded because we've had to deal with more games.
Well, I don't know about that, but because I don't follow the game scene nearly as much as I used to, but it's still like, oh my God, it's like the movies. There's no movies I want to go see this summer. There's no games I really want to play. It's like GTA 4, I'll probably pick it up because every one of my friends has really enjoyed playing it, and I enjoy games like that.
Yeah, but if one of your friends started dating psycho women, would you? Oh wait.
Yeah.
He's way ahead of the curve.
I'm the one who inspires you to date the psycho women by doing it myself.
Yeah,
I'm already doing it.
So you're an enabler.
I'm an enabler. Yes.
Can't you be a don'ter?
A don'ter in regards to dating psychos?
Yes.
I suppose, but that would regard me having some.
He doesn't even know where to start.
Yeah, exactly. I'm so far gone. It's like, what would I drink if I stopped drinking?
That's not a good argument.
Well, it's an analogy, not an argument.
Oh, okay. All right. So next up, we've got some 1-minute game reviews. Since we really didn't answer the topic, but that's kind of usual for this podcast.
Who came up with that topic?
That'd be Murdock.
Yes,
because the topic is very open-ended, and I would say that we did.
It'd be great for a 2-hour program that was live, so we could have people call in and rant about what they thought, and then we could cut them off because we don't care what they think.
That's
we
awesome.
We could do that, yeah.
Too bad we don't have the technology to actually do a live show yet.
Technology.
And all 8 of it would be pretty easy to alienate all 8 listeners.
Science and technology. Fake men putting screwdrivers
You're calling again? I told you to F off, Claire.
We'll just run it like Howard Stern. Just it's like
Jenna Jameson is going to be sitting in the 4th seat.
That's dear God,
Jenna Jameson has not aged well.
No,
really,
yeah.
I haven't seen a recent.
No, she is.
No.
Well, all of the plastic surgery, it can only hurt in the long run.
It's just no.
This is not. No.
Well, can I pick another one then? I don't know.
No. Pick another one.
Well, I can't right now. I can't think of anyone.
You're out.
You can pick
someone else.
Pick
Allison Hannigan.
She's not a porn star, first of all.
Well, she. I mean, it'd be nice if she would sit here topless, but
I don't think
it's easier to get porn stars.
I don't think it's going to happen. No.
All the ones I'm thinking of are ones that are in the same category, just haven't aged well.
Yeah. You like
Chasey Lane, who
not so much.
No,
well, you're thinking of
so
the big mainstream porn stars.
Yeah.
If I knew porn stars,
Scarlett Payne, she's not very mainstream.
Yeah, but she a Suicide Girl?
A bit, but
a bit.
Well, she's got a lot of tats, and she's got
Raven Riley.
I like
Raven Riley or whatever the hell.
Riley Mason, I like her too. Yeah, we'll just go with
Ariel Rebel. Ariel Rebel, I actually kind of like.
All right, so thank you for listening to Diehard Porn Radio.
/S has Aerial Rebel on a regular basis.
Oh, really? All right, I'll have to keep an eye open.
All right, so next up, let's go into our
Riley Mason. That's our decision. Riley Mason.
Is that your executive decision?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll be in charge of that.
Okay, so I'm going to do a review of the new Squeenix.
What?
Square Enix.
Oh,
Squeenix. game, The World Ends With You, which is an original IP and does not totally suck, even though there's
James
already
Bond game.
No,
That sounds
no.
like a James Bond
It
title.
kind of does, yeah.
Well,
The world ends with you.
Yeah.
Leave
Well-
Bond to me. I'm
Well,
Tsar Putin.
okay, so the 1 minute game review starts now. So basically,
And
all it
it ends
is,
up being one.
all it is that you are, a confused kid in the middle of Shibuya, Tokyo for Lord knows what.
Can we be in Shinjuku instead?
Stop that. And you're using up my minute. And basically,
It's the only minute we have left.
there's no more minutes ever.
The world is ending with you, Murdock.
Basically, you go through, fight off creatures called the Noise, and basically
The Noids?
noise
Are
that
they
make
trying to
pizza
get your
cold.
No, my
And-
pizza!
And you fight on two screens at once during the battle.
With cream corn.
And
Cream corn.
basically, good story, but as usual, very angsty. Art style
It's
kind of different
Squeenix.
for
What else
Square
do you
Enix,
expect?
but surprisingly a very
They brought a
interesting.
squall.
It's surprisingly a very interesting game, though. It's actually
So is it,
It-
like Megami Tensei?
well,
meets
it's kind
Square?
of a little bit in that vein, and it's one of those SquareSoft games where it's it's an RPG, but it doesn't seem like it's going to have it's going to have more of a cult following more than an actual popular following like Final Fantasy would.
a bit like Disgaea.
Yeah, it's going to be kind of like that. It's going to be kind of an underground following of the game, but it's still a very decent game. So,
Remains to be ignored by the Steve.
well, yeah, but hey,
So is it a role player? What kind of game is this?
it's an RPG.
Okay.
It's a JRPG. It's Squeenix.
Well, yeah, but
The only thing Squeenix has done lately that it wasn't a JRPG was Project Sylphid.
well, that was a terrible game too.
Yeah, it wasn't very well. It was okay until you realized that all I did was fly in circles and fire missiles.
Yeah, but you can do that in Star Fox.
Yeah, but
But
in
you
this
could do a
case-
barrel roll in Star Fox.
Yeah, you can do a barrel
You
I
roll.
play
bet you
it.
can't do that in Sylphid, can you?
You might be able to.
Anyway,
Shut you down there.
okay,
Barrel
so
roll.
and now Steve has a review of something.
Well, I'm going to tell you that GTA 4 is kind of okay.
So it gets a meh out of yeah.
Well, it's got like a, they improved the driving mechanics. You can actually drive in the game now.
What possessed you to buy this game? Because I thought you did
The
not like the
multiplayer
gang
component.
That's what. Because I was talking to Roger about it. And it's like Steve does not like the gangster sandbox game. So why did he buy it? And I figured, okay, well, it was probably the multiplayer because that seems to be the
Honestly,
big
at this
thing for
point,
you.
at this point in the time, even though I don't play a lot of games with other people, if it doesn't have a multiplayer component, my chances of buying it are really low.
See, I'm the opposite. I just don't even care.
I pretty much only buy MMOs these days.
Yeah, those are the only games that are worth playing on the PC anymore.
Yeah.
I
I still
got
have yet
Sins
to
of a
find an
Solar
MMO I
Empire.
like.
Well,
What have you tried? Have you tried any of the good ones, or did you try like Dog?
I tried Warcraft.
what was wrong with Warcraft?
It's fine.
I had to play with other people.
Well, that's kind of the MMO is kind of multiplayer.
a bit.
Okay,
Just
okay.
It's
you-
1/3 of MMO.
Okay, you do know who you're talking to, right? Does not play well with others.
Well, but you're saying
Stop
you're
stealing
trying
my
to find-
power-ups. Stop
you're trying to
jumping
find
so
a-
high that I can't reach you on that waterfall level in Contra.
Well, but that's not really the point. The point is that you said you were trying to find an MMO that you liked, and you'll never find one because you have to play with other people.
That's true. Yeah.
Do I have to cooperate?
No,
Does it have to be like a Sesame Street sketch?
no.
No, but Warcraft isn't like that either.
Yeah, Warcraft, you can solo a great deal of it. You can't play it.
Okay, well, is there an MMO that
Its
I can
PvP
solo
sucks, though.
a great
Yeah,
deal
PvP
or
does suck
the
as well.
majority of it?
I've been soloing.
You can
Tabula
solo.
Rasa.
You can solo WoW all the way to 70 if you want. It just takes a while.
That's true. Yeah, it takes you longer.
Yeah, but I didn't like WoW.
Well, can't help you there. Because so far, all you've told me about WoW that you didn't like was that it had other people on it.
Well, yeah, Tabula Rasa has other people on it. Eve has other people on it. The Burning Sea one that you tried, that has other people on it, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
That's a bit of a drawback to the MMO.
I never got around to playing any more of that game.
Really?
Yeah.
You were raving about that game. You really
It
enjoyed
had some
that game.
pretty good ideas in it, but it just didn't, it didn't have enough of them. They weren't
Oh,
put
really?
together enough,
So it's like Pirates MMO. It's like,
Yeah, it was like, there was a lot of cool stuff, and there were parts of it, the mechanics were really neat, but then you played it, and you're like, well, when I get to port and I walk around, my character motion sucks, and melee combat, as was in all the reviews, was really bad. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That sucks, because that could have been cooler.
Well, so more about GTA, or was that it?
I was. It's not as I was talking to Em about this. It's not nearly as immersive as Assassin's Creed.
Just very few is. That was incredible.
Well, it was,
and not nearly as brown as Assassin's Creed, I might add.
Well, no, but I mean, Assassin's Creed was just, in terms of immersiveness, it was just great. And the problem with GTA 4 is it has the curse of familiarity. So when things are out of place, you immediately go, well, okay, that probably wouldn't happen, but okay. Like the Magic Police that happened in all the GTA games. Or suddenly there's police there for no apparent reason.
Yeah.
Or the fact that it's New York and you're like I said, you're driving through the financial district in New York and it's 8 in the morning and you're just cruising through. There's barely any cars. There's probably not. Or what was the other thing I didn't really like about the game? Oh, well, and the character animations and the renderings are just, they're not up to par.
Well, it's Rockstar. They always have cut their corners on those.
It's just not good. I mean, the character animation stuff and models in Assassin's Creed were excellent, and these just aren't anywhere near the bar in terms of that. I mean, when you've got character animations that actually skip because it's loading from the thing, it's just bad. It's amateur hour right there. So
I would not like the game then.
Well, I mean, it's not really a game that I know for a fact that I will never finish this game. I just know I won't, because I won't have the patience to play through all the little things and stuff like that. But it's fun to play in a little, I like playing in little universes and things like that, and the multiplayer one might be interesting, because it's basically you versus the world as far as I know. So.
Do you often finish games? Because
very infrequently.
I hardly ever.
I finished Halo and Halo 3, and what else did I finish?
I think the last one I finished was Persona 1.
Yeah, but Persona 1 takes about 5 years
Call of
to
Duty
beat.
4. That was worth playing through. I was pretty addicted to Call of Duty 4 for a while. I'm still trying to play it online, but a lot of the people that play it online are so far ahead of me in terms of experience points that I get my ass kicked on a regular basis because they got better weapons and shit. So,
welcome to the internet.
Well, they just they got like a year ahead time. I finished as much as you can. I finished Burnout 3. I had 2 custom takedowns I never got because I could never find the things to do the takedowns with because you only appear once every 3 times on a thing or whatever. But, I mean, I got pretty much as far as you can get in that. So.
See, I think the game should do a better job of pairing people. I mean, there's no reason for you to be playing
in this case,
people.
there's no real option because the people that are still playing are,
Well, not Burnout. I was thinking about Call of Duty.
Yeah, the people that are still playing Call of Duty. I mean, I'm really low level. I'm in single digits levels. And as you go up further, you get more add-ons for your weapons. And, having the ability to not have your weapon shake when you fire and having the little red dot for targeting stuff is really important. And pretty much when I see people killing me because it runs through and plays, with the 5 seconds of them killing you, basically, to see who killed you, they've all got way better weapons than I do. So it's I have to run around and, hey, there's a guy who's not paying attention, and then I get a couple points. And you get points at the end of the game just for playing. So you can level up just by playing matches, but it takes longer.
Yeah, it'll take you 18 years. There won't be any more 360s by the time you're done.
Yeah.
Well, they'll all be blinking red rings of death by then.
Well, you got the morons that have they're the 3-star generals or whatever. And it's Jesus, how much have you played this game?
You see, I get bored with them. I could never play that much. I just get bored.
Yeah. I like killing people.
So do you have any game review for us, Mike?
I just got a really old game on my PS3 or PS2 rather. A really old game on my PS3.
Yeah.
It's called Blood Will Tell that I really enjoyed. The only reason I talk about it is because it just kind of slipped under the radar, and it's basically a third-person action game. You're this samurai who got the weirdest story I've ever seen. These demons stole all of his body parts, so shows this backstory, this infant with no eyes slurping at this bowl of milk that this doctor gave to him.
Huh.
And as you kill these demons, they're the demons that stole all your body parts because you're the chosen one who's going to kick all the demons off of Japan or something. And you get your body parts back, and you get bonuses. If you get I just got my left leg back, and I can do a dash attack now. And he has swords for arms because all of his limbs are taken. So this doctor like made him artificial limbs, and he was blind, but he could kind of see like through his sixth sense. So he's stumbling around in the first part of the game. You're seeing black and white, and then you get your eyeball back, and you can see in color, and you can hear people speaking to you. And it's actually the game itself is really fun. It reminds me a lot.
Some originality there.
Yeah, it's really an off the wall story.
Well, consider who did the story.
It was.
It's a Tezuka.
I have no idea.
It's Osamu Tezuka. I'm pretty sure.
That name is meaningless to me, unfortunately. But it's very similar to, imagine if Devil May Cry didn't have this weirdo boss difficulty where you meet the spider boss and get your ass kicked 6 ways to Sunday, and then play for another 3 hours without getting touched when you kill him because, like, for some reason Konami was smoking dope that day and decided to put the end level boss like in the middle. It's really stupid. I mean, the bosses are very difficult to fight, but once you kind of need to learn their pattern, and they don't kick your ass anymore. But it's actually a really fun game, and I got it for like $9.
Okay. All right. So I think that's it for the podcast, unless we have anything else to share. Brian and John hopefully will be back next time, and then we'll have our 50th anniversary special coming up.
Like 2-3 shows.
That would be 2 shows from now, because this is 47.
Yeah.
Well, it'll be 3 shows from now.
Well, this is 47, so we'd have 48.
48, 49,
the 50th would be the
third one.
That would be the third one, but there's 2 shows in between there.
Yeah, but 3 shows from now.
Yeah, that'll be.
Well, Mike's using the new math.
No, I'm using like number line. It's like if you look down at a number line, there's 2 little jumps.
Yeah, right. But you're supposed to put the little curve at the end that includes the 50.
Well, yeah, that's the third one.
Yeah.
But you don't have to wait anymore because it's there then.
Well, but we still have to wait because we're not there yet.
Well, yeah.
Okay, are you trying to argue math with Steve?
No,
because you will lose.
It's not math.
It is math.
No, it's like at the future.
It's
math of the future.
Like if you get trapped in a black hole.
Right, and you end up in hell inside a robot suit.
No, I was thinking more like, once you get past the event horizon, you can't avoid being in the black hole anymore.
Well, that was a really lousy movie.
I love that movie. That was not a lousy movie. Shut up. You wouldn't know a good movie.
Yes, I would.
We were discussing this. Did you know that? Was that you guys discussing once where we found out that there's a different ending for every different media of the black hole?
I didn't. I want to see him, though, because the only one I saw was where he was trapped in the robot suit in hell.
Yeah, the book on tape one had where they go through.
Oh, yeah, I saw it. I heard that.
They come out. And there's the comic book, I think. There was a comic book and a novelization of both those. It's on the Wikipedia page.
Oh, wow.
It says all the different endings.
See, I enjoyed. That was an excellent movie.
Not really, no.
No, it was cool. Like when I was a kid, I loved seeing those mannequins blow apart.
Syndrome.
And it's still pretty cool to see those mannequins explode when they shoot them with those ray guns. And then
I saw when I was really little, and I was really scared when they took the faceplate off the one guy.
Oh, that was pretty scary when you were a little kid. Then they started like lasering the lady's skull, and they had to get her out from under there.
Yeah.
The laser lobotomy.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, then
have you ever had a laser lobotomy, Murdock?
Not recently. I would think I would know if I had one.
How would you know though? If you had like a laser lobotomy, you might forget.
What do lasers have anything to do with it?
Did you ever see the movie? They give the lady
I haven't seen the movie in like a whole billion years.
I've seen it so many times I can almost memorize the lines. Same with Clash of the Titans.
I wouldn't go around admitting that.
Every time it was on Showtime, my mom and I would watch it. Every time. Unless it was like at 3 a.m. or something. We wouldn't stay up.
The Black Hole?
That and Clash of the Titans.
Oh.
He's a big fan of Ray Harryhausen.
I just never was really into the Clash of the Titans thing. It really did a lot for me.
And Last Starfighter, too.
Nerd.
No, it was a cool movie.
It still makes you a nerd.
Mike just wants to, at some point, walk into an arcade and just see, greetings!
I think I would be scared, though, at that point, if I had to, like, actually fight. Because, I mean, like, Blood Will Tell, I would get my ass kicked. There's, like, demons all through this little town, this little fishing village. Did you know that the heart of all evil is in a fishing village in medieval Japan? I didn't know that. There's 1,000 demons living there.
Yeah. You don't have to worry about those problems when you're chosen to
when I have 2 swords for arms? And
fight against
Zur and the
Zur
Kodan
and the
Armada.
Kodan Armada.
Come on.
All right.
I don't watch the movie.
I haven't seen it in 10 years, and I used to.
Yeah, but you watched it a bunch of times. I watched it once.
Well, see, you miss things when you only see it once.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't miss that movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're gonna make it hard for Murdock to edit this portion.
I'm not really editing that much.
Why not? You should edit it more.
Yes.
Yes, I should edit it down to 2 minutes.
Well, yeah.
Okay.
I don't understand people that do podcasts that last 2 minutes. I mean, how much information can you put in a podcast that lasts?
No, they take a 2-hour show and they run it at really high speed for 2. So,
Oh, great! So it's a TNG episode.
no, it's a podcast version of a what was that?
It's a Yahtzee
a blipvert.
A blipvert?
I just keep thinking
A
that.
blipvert. Those were those advertisements in Max Headroom. They took a normal advertisement, 30 seconds, and condensed it to 2 seconds.
Who's the nerd now? Max
And
Headroom?
it
Come
made people explode.
on. Well, then that's not a very effective marketing strategy now, is it?
Well,
they
it
can't
was
buy
a
anything
side
else,
effect. It wasn't planned.
So a side effect of my advertising is it slaughters every single potential customer I show up to.
Okay.
I just think of that TOS episode where all the hot chick was running at really fast speed, and so they kept hearing all around, and then they kidnapped people by on the Enterprise by speeding them up, and everybody else looked slower, and then it all became the Batman villain's lair where the camera starts tilting. And so apparently if you move really fast, the world tilts at about a 45-degree angle.
Oh, yeah. When I'm on caffeine, it's...
All
I'm
right.
at more of a 30-degree angle, though, I think.
Okay. Well, thank you for listening to Diehard.
Now I need to get a podcast.
Thank you for listening to Diehard Gamer Radio. You can visit our website at diehardgamerradio.com and iTunes, or you can email us at diehardgamerradio@gmail.com.